back to Hell in a Cell, the second one, whichever happened, you versus Mick Foley.
Right.
One of the most talked about matches of all time. And it's interesting when you talk about matches versus matches, many would consider the first to be the all-time best.
Right.
But
As do I do.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the totality and destruction of two with Mick is the one everybody talks about because of what happened. I had to follow this match, and this ain't about me, but this was just an incredible performance by two badass athletes and putting everything on the line for the fans. Dude, climbing up that damn tight fence.
And as you look there back then, they didn't cut out the big holes for you to climb on.
You got a big ass foot, blunt
and
toes.
a big ass hand that didn't fit in there very well.
Nice punches, by the way.
Thank you.
You always had that good straight right hand. Okay, man, we're already starting to see some sag.
You
here.
can already see the buckle, yeah. Absolutely. What you can't hear though are the metal ties just shooting off into the air.
So here's one of them things where you're just sitting there, and this is that taking that chair. It's just like, all right, here we go. Caught you with the lip rather than the square, right? But here we go. All right, dude, right off the bat, here y'all go.
Yep.
Moments of God. Again, people, nobody has ever seen that before because that's never been done.
So I described this, my perspective on this, and as hokey as it may sound, this is the closest, when I threw him off here, is the closest that I've ever had to an outer body experience. Because when I'm up there, I can see him flying through the air. Although it was only a second or however long it took, it seemed like it took forever for him to hit that table. But as I throw him off, I can see myself standing there, and I can see him flying through the air. It was craziest thing, because I didn't want to do this. I thought it was too dangerous, and I didn't think that we needed it.
This is one of the things that really made Mick.
And look at him. You're kidding me. How in the hell is he standing? Oh, my God. And look at this. He's got a smile on his face, for God's sakes. Are you kidding me? He wants to go back up. Mankind is going back up.
To get off that gurney, come back, and open your big 7-foot ass. Here you are at the top. Look at this. Oh, my God. You just threw him off, and here you guys, look at these. Look at you. I'm talking about you, but this is an imposing figure in black, tatted up, an icon, and here's Mick Foley as Mankind. This gimmick was phenomenal. The punish, okay, that was not supposed to happen.
No. So you can see those things laying around. So what was supposed to happen is, the choke slam was supposed to happen, obviously. Right. But only part of that whole section there was supposed to give way. And what we were going to do is we were going to fight on that section and then slowly kind of ease our way, both of us, back into the ring.
Right.
But as we're working and we're throwing punches, and I've got a broken ankle when I...
Right, I heard.
Yeah, so I went into the match with a broken ankle, and you can kind of see that a little bit, which is nothing compared to what Mick went through. But as we're up there working and we're stepping, I can hear those rivets like shooting off. And at the last second, I decide to step off of the actual mesh of the chain link and step on the support. If I hadn't have done that, I would have landed on top of him. That would have been a catastrophic night right there. It was bad enough because Mick seriously got injured. But right here is just a testament to his professionalism and who he is. I mean,
see, here we are, and I don't know what you call this. What do you call that when someone gets on your back?
I don't know. Is that an electric chair or an inverted? I mean,
but you're about to dump him in attacks. More to come here as we'll watch the damage And that's enough impact enough, especially on the pelvic girdle. Of course, Mick, the professional that he is, rolling to continue the damage and the showmanship of it, along with the devastation. Cell mode for you, coming back up.
Yeah, look at his elbow. There's attacks sticking in his elbow. They're everywhere. They're in my arm. Look, you can see one in my arm. Yeah.
Oh!
That's his tooth in his nose.
Stuck in his nose. And again, continuing to pick up. Every time you pick up, oh, he's a load. I love Mick. Bam. You see that? Everything that happened, you threw him off the top, he goes through the bottom, you plant him, that one little leg kick, completely respecting your finish, but the fact that he just one little frog kick, it was just an instinct to try to kick the fuck out.
Yep.
But you pinned him, and I love that about his character, and it shows so much about his character when he come back off the gurney. Okay, here's the picture. You're up there from when you were standing there to looking at the desk, standing there looking down. When you're in an arena full of 20,000 people, I've been there, but I haven't been in that situation. Yep. Time stands still, and you're wondering if the guy you're working with is okay. So take me through what's going through your mind right here, right now, back then.
At this point right now, all I'm looking for is to Mick to move. That's, even in the moment, even with everything going on, all I want to do is see Mick move.
To make sure he's okay.
To make sure that he's not paralyzed. Because from the vantage point that I had, it looked like he landed right on his head. And I didn't know. I didn't know what shape he was going to be in. So that's all I'm studying. Whatever part of Mick that I can see, I'm just looking for some part of him to move, because I know it was not supposed to go down like that. Not only did he go through and land almost on his neck, the chair comes through, cracks him in the face. That was a really scary moment. I'm thinking in my head, Mick, move. Just move your arm. Do something so that I know, that you're not, something catastrophic hasn't happened at this point.
But isn't it weird when you're up there and you're standing in an arena and first of all the desk, then that's a great shot. But it's like you're in character, but you're in human being mode as well. It's like you said, show me a sign that you're okay.
Yeah.
But it's like, and the show must go on, and you're making a decision based on what he's doing to move accordingly.
Yeah,
it's a weird place to be.
It is really a weird place, because I'm staying. My mindset at this point, I'm staying up there. I'm staying up there, and then they're going to get him out. That's going to be the end of the night. Then I see him moving around, and then obviously then I work my way back down into the ring. But I've never been so happy to see somebody move a body part.
Right.
Like I said, it wasn't supposed to go down like that. That panel gave way. I mean, it was like that.
And when you look back at it, with respect to Mick, who we both love, but he had the right body type to absorb that fall, being somewhat padded. Had it just been some lean-ass jack dude just all crunched up, I think Mick had calloused his body up enough to take all those bumps, and he just happened to not quite land on his head. He almost landed perfect, if you can say that, about a bump went so wrong.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing about Mick, and even in setting this match up, Mick knew his wheelhouse, right? So Shawn Michaels and Undertaker had already set the bar, right?
Right.
For a Hell in a Cell match. Now, Mick knows he's not going to have that kind of match.
Yeah.
But he's also such a professional. He's, okay, what am I going to do to make this match as good or as memorable as the first one?
Yeah.
Mick was smart.
Yeah.
Mick's a very smart guy, and he understands what he brings to the game. He's not a Shawn Michaels. He's a Mick Foley.
100%.
And because they were different doesn't make that one better than the other one.
No. To put a button on this, Kane and I would have to follow this match, and we failed miserably. Love Kane, we worked our asses off, but when you try to follow something like this, it is impossible.
No, I mean,
It's a daunting task.
No, it is. I mean, it's not your guy's fault, but when you have somebody that gets thrown off a 20-foot high and then thrown through it, what are you supposed to do?
I remember pieces of that match as it was happening, and I was thinking, dude, man, I mean, we got something good. He's over, I'm over, but, you know, it ain't going to happen. So,
But yeah, your match didn't dictate.
Yeah, but you go out there with the best
kind
of
of
intentions.
violence. Yeah.